Well, hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of F124 Career Mode, and today is going to be a series finale. It's been a long time, but now it's finally come to the end, and we've got one main objective, that is being the world champion of the tour. You can see in the progress history, it's pretty much stayed the same, nothing new has changed, like no recognition that came through that season. So pretty much going to come in at the same way, going to season 5, but in the seat in the rather standard Charles Leclerc had came out on top to win the world champion by 1 point. George Russell is going out to that final corner. He's seen the touches for any win. The Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc is now your new world champion. Charles Leclerc is now a world champion. And Mercedes have won their ninth construction championship, which is unbelievable, and I also contributed to that by being multiple times construction championship winner for two teams, which is obviously incredible for me. And we're now getting ready to start another contract with the Mercedes that I obviously started on for 2 years. I'm now going to make that basically the final season, but it's coming to the end. I'm ready to take the job slightly to 94. I don't think I'm going to achieve 99, although that'd be really nice if I can get that. It's probably not going to happen anyway, but I've thought now get ourselves ready for the end of the season break before we head over to the next Grand Prix in March. As you can see, the recognition, I am continuing being basically a number 1 driver for Mercedes, while George Russell is being number 2, but I think that it always be like that anyway. But we got 5 wins that season, along with 1 pole position. That's mad. We won the construction championship. Very happy about that. Now, the season 5 calendar is here. We started the season off at Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Australia, Japan, Monaco returned back for the season. Same with Canada had returned back, along with Spain, Silverstone, Belgium. Then season break begin. Then we head over to Dutch Grand Prix, followed by Monster, back to Singapore, then back-to-back sprint with lots of Texas Grand Prix and Sao Paulo Grand Prix, ending season up at March Wonder Track, the last final. Las Vegas, what a better place to end of at Las Vegas. I can't wait to see what season 5 has got to offer. It's going to be an unbelievable season. I can't wait to get underway. We got an R&D scenario. I thought we'd spoken about not put it in for last season, but it was resonating to this season. So nothing has changed. We're going to put one in, and that's going to be balancing out the field, made it a little bit more harder because all the teams are now balanced. We're going to remove one. So from a team that is a top place, for example, Aston Martin, they will lose one part of their car to make the balance out for the entire race. And I can't wait to see if that going to cause some calamity. It's going to be, like I just said previously, going to be unbelievable season. I can't wait. I'm so excited to finally tackle for the season and try to get what I wanted. That is the world champion. But taught me to go over to Lava Child. There's been some living child. Not all the teams got it. Some teams got it. Mercedes stayed the same. Ferrari pretty much stayed the same. So nothing new has changed. For top 2 team, McLaren has got the 2025 living with the same driver lineup. Aston Martin pretty much stayed the same anyway with 2 drivers, and we've got Williams have replaced Albon for Iron Master, and brand new team living the last 2025. And Red Bull stay pretty much the same, even though they had one of the worst season. The Audi have now got improvement on the livery, which I think looks so much better. Alpine got 2025 in livery, keeping the same driver lineup. The Hat got 2025 in livery, but the driver lineup say the same. The Racing Ball it now got a brand new livery. The driver say the same. So only one had chase, which had a bit disappointing, and wish there was more of a chase on that one. But right now, this one, which is Iron Master, and we can see Aston Martin has got the top performance, which means they will lose out one of their performances potentially before the driver who see on this review very, very soon. Our objective is get the world champion. Wow, that was absolutely cinema. It was cinema right there. But now heading over to the Bahrain Grand Prix. I'm not gonna leave you hanging. Stay tuned wait for another episode for season to get underway. I'm not gonna do that too. We're gonna begin right now. As you can see, Aston Martin is now locked. The performance by one thing being the move. Mercedes is the top team right now. And I'm excited to see how that actually works out for us. And our performance is hard. McLaren and Mercedes is pretty much very close with each other. Aston Martin very close with the Ferrari, along with Williams, I believe, as well. Then of course, Motorsport, it plummets down, along with the feed hub. It's not a good look. It's not a good look for the race ball. From racing ball, what can they do really? Is it not being the best team of the series? Unfortunately, Alpine, they got a lot of things to try to get an improvement on, but with the driver and getting ready to head over to the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Well, as the sun goes down, the speeds go up. It's almost time to get underway for this shootout for the fastest time and the best possible grid position for tomorrow's race. Let's get on with it. It's qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Oh my god, so nice to be back in the sea of my car. We now begin our qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and hopefully we can make this season my best ever season. Because right now, last season is pretty much one of my best seasons compared to season 2 at the Martin. Relatively quite similar, but last season was a lot better because we had a lot more close up back towards the championship, where season 2 won, season 3 was the worst season. I'm hoping there's not a pattern where this season will be my worst season, because that would be very disappointing. Unfortunately, did not have the quality performance of that lockdown. P14, I'm now beginning another run, which I got myself up to P8, not good, but PS is out. We don't want to. Behrman, Matt, and Fasti are out in Q1. Now we head into Q2. Just like what I mentioned in the Q1, where we had to hope we just perform, not have that pattern continuing, where we had the one good performances and then bad performances and then so on. That was really bad luck, but you can see I'm a medium tire right now, because I had to try and see if I can save my soft tire for the Q1, but it didn't look like the tire worked out. It did not look like it worked out. So, to have to go back out and put a brand new stock tire and then see if we can improve ourselves back top. As you can see in this Delta time, we nearly hit 1 section, so there's a bit improvement compared to medium to stock. And I hope that not a size where it tells me that my car does not perform well on a medium tire, because if that's the case, it might end up having a little struggle throughout the season. But we crossed the line, we don't get 7th, we made it low for 2 with Dan Jutney. The bottom 5 are Kevin Magnussen, Pello, Fittipaldi, Yuki Tsunoda, and the debut Iron Master are out. Iron Master, not a bad debut. Who can't complain about that debut from Iron Master? The P11, not too shabby actually, he outperformed all the car behind him, that more experienced than him, but of course his teammate Ultron is other teammates do anyway, but right now we currently lack, it might not even make it though, because we got no good performance out of the car. We actually kind of got a little struggle right now, and I know that I got another spare stop tire, I want to use it for the long run, because I feel like there's a chance for a big thing to happen, but looks like we might not, go first to the one and put a brand new soft tyre on and see if we get better improvement or not. But right now it looks like we didn't really have the best improvement in the start of time. It's going up, but it's not going far up as I like it to be right now. I'm ahead of Carlo Sawyer, and the car, unfortunately, did not feel comfortable, and that is something I don't want to be dealing with, because if that's the case, we might lose our chance for world champion. But right now, when I did the practice section, medium did not work, soft tyre worked all right. The hard tyre worked amazingly in practice section, so that might not transition into long run, who knows. But George Russell is on the pole, with Charles Leclerc coming second, land another third with me down to P10. But let's get the driver to the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Stroll, Hamilton, Gasly, Hulkenberg, Ocon, Sainz, Daniel, Iwasa, Tsunoda, Fittipaldi, Perez, Magnussen, Vesti, Verstappen, Behrman, Joe, and Oscar Piastri. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comments, Anthony Davidson. Hello. Now, Ant, as much as I like testing, and I do love testing, and I've really enjoyed the build-up here and all the speculation, I really want to see some action. And finally today, we get some proper action on the track.
You're going to definitely see action, Crofty. Everyone's G'd up for this one. They've done the testing like you say. The drivers will be revving inside, heart rates going, trying to burst out their chest at this moment. With that anticipation, who's got the speed? We're going to learn now, once and for all.
Here we are. The Bahrain Grand Prix is now getting ready to go underway. The top with the right strategy. It looks like the top strategy is kind of iffy. We're going to go for alternative strategy. See, it's made a big push on the car. With P10, we might be able to achieve it. Who knows what we can do? It's going to be to stop and see if that's going to pay off. All we have to hope for is to stay with the car. Something that can actually help us out. That is what I'm hoping for. So let's see how this Sunday race to the go. But of course, I'm keeping an eye out. Specifically, really, George Russell. George Russell and I got a problem. Even though he's far ahead, I know I got the pace. I can catch George Russell. I'm also keeping an eye on Rasta. He might make a mistake in turn one. So what I don't want him to do is to hit it back at me. So let's see how this race to the go as we are waiting for 5 red light. It's going out right now. It's underway for the Bahrain Grand Prix. George Russell with a pretty order start. Charles Leclerc is now overtaken George for the lead with George Russell going around the outside, trying to defend his P1, and we got me a coming lead the field, moved up to P8 right behind. Lead hard as I pulled alongside of Pierre Jack and he tried to get that inside line, make it lead more as I top low on Lewis Hamilton up to P5. Fantastic start. I saw the advantage. Then was the gap, and I was a lot faster than Hamilton, and I'm 1 foot on the late braking. While I achieved the P5. Now I can try to chase down Lance Stroll, who's currently in behind McLaren, Ferrari, and George Russell. What I'm hoping for is that George Russell will hold up really hard behind him for me to be able to join in and have some fun with George Russell. But for George, is not really going to do that. He's going to be thinking about himself. But this last season, he didn't really get close to the championship, but he had me in the way of him, preventing him from getting what he wanted. So I think he's going to try to exert his power to beat me, and I don't blame him, to be honest. And we are got Matt Verstappen, who unfortunately is having a really tough time in that motorsport as Hamilton going down the inside. I blocked his way, and I of course defended for that P5. I know I got to pay, but like I mentioned, I'm medium tight in the qualifying. It's not working. I'm slugging it on the medium tight, and it's a horrible feeling. But we got Daphne, who now made a move on the inside of Lewis Hamilton in turn 1. He now side by side. Hamilton has a fantastic exit, but Daphne somehow has the either better exit. He's now side by side once again. But the other is now activated. Both of them. Pierre Jackson continue to be on the inside line. Has seemed to get himself ahead of Lewis Hamilton. I think the main P6 and P7 for Jackson. He's got Hulkenberg behind him, and I don't know if the Hulkenberg and the hat done a lot faster than we kind of expected from them. And we can look up ahead in the field of P3. I did not know Lance or Norris on stop high. That is a very interesting strategy from the McLaren. Going on soft tyre is something I want to see. The same for Charles Leclerc, and I believe George is the same. Land on the inside, make it really wide, try to get the overtake done on George, and Charles Leclerc, bit of a wobble from Land on Norris to try to get the move on Charles Leclerc at Charles Leclerc. Unfortunately, didn't really make up for the move on George Russell, and now Leclerc has now got himself going down the outside and see if he takes the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix, which he had done. He's now up in P1 with George Russell second place, Lance Norris down in third. I made a mistake, went off wide a bit too much because I made to make a judgment on the braking, which was not good. I'm now starting to feel a lot of a slaughter from my car. George Russell locked up. George Russell had locked out to P. He's now got Lance Stroll, who'll be chasing down Russell. That helped Stroll so much, but will that help me out or something to them now? 2.4 seconds behind. It's clearly that these soft tyres are a lot faster than I expected. Lance Stroll, the medium tyre, he's still right up them. So I'm wondering if it's because my medium tyre is just not as effective as Lance Stroll medium tyre, which of course makes no sense, but that can be the case. So sometimes there's some days where the car don't perform the better to want them to. I've got Hamilton right behind me. I'll have to defend against 7-time world champion. The pay of doing that is very bad. As he tries to send an inside, I break very late, try to keep myself ahead of Lewis Hamilton. He now got the other to the door for the overtake. I had to back out from that move at Charles and Pierre Jackson. Apologies, now gone ahead and got himself up to Peter. I've not two positions in one straight line. It showed how strong that the other is, and I had a little bump with Pierre Jackson backhand as Jackson. Now on the outside, he might get the move done on Hamilton as I tried to do the same thing. Made the contact with Lewis Hamilton, proper clear view from Hulkenberg, who just watched everything unfold. Hamilton is very attractive. I also, of course, being very attractive, but that move should have not happened to Hamilton. I've done what I'm supposed to do, get back on track, which is where the racing line is. Hamilton kind of came into me or something. You can let me know what you think about that move from Lewis Hamilton. It might be my fault, who knows. But in lap 5, Hamilton now made a move on the outside of Pierre Gasly. He tried to do everything to catch up to his teammate Lance Stroll. Hamilton unfortunately did not have the best exit at Gasly's door, but Hamilton will not get his support from the other, but his Pierre Gasly got the most of it. Adai made the battle on the break and run up so far away from the track. He came back to P11, technically not back to P11, but I've lost so much places from my own mistake, which was not good. I made a mistake because I was not expecting Pierre Gasly to either brake a little bit too early, or I had to avoid it and gone wide, and I also messed up my braking as well. So partly I take the blame on that one, of course. We're now jumping over to lap 6. Lando Norris is bringing the fight to Charles Leclerc. It's now up to P1. Charles Leclerc to the sector for P2, but George Russell has lost a time to Charles Leclerc. Doesn't have a DRS on him anymore. We've got side by side with Hamilton and Gasly, the last timing. They continue doing so much fighting. They're going to lose a lot of time. They're now 5 seconds behind the land. Well, Gasly stays ahead of Lewis Hamilton. It's really tough to watch because I know I should be up there, but it's a mistake I've made. I got myself in a really tough spot as I send it on the inside of 2 cars. I'm overtaking using Tonona and the van trying to new teams follow me though. Get up to P10. I've done a beautiful overtaking right there. Overtake new team, move down to the inside and send it on the van Ultron. Not a bad move for me. It showed how much experience, how much weight trap I've got now for this season. It showed an improvement, which is something I like to be able to say. I've improved a lot. George Russell and Leclerc has been fighting quite a lot, but Leclerc is going back and forth. Pretty much all what they've been doing, like Hamilton's been doing with Pierre Gasly, is really no different. George Russell remained behind. Charles Leclerc and I sending out the outside of the Alpine of Carlos side as I don't know. Up the P8 now chasing down Hülkenberg. I'm hoping to get Hülkenberg before I come into the pit lane. We talked Carlos out, who tried to be cheeky, but he didn't do anything. So you can see the objective. So we need to overtake Hülkenberg, which is why I need to overtake him before I go into the pit. So I obviously think about, should I come in early this lap, which I am doing it now. Because don't forget, I'm on 2 stop strategy. 2 stop strategy. So I'm hoping that will pay off. But I'm coming in for stop tyre and see what we can do with that stop tyre. We're clearing the top 4, top lead on the stop tyre. It's not they're doing too bad. They're not doing that bad. So I hope I get the same performance at them and see if I can try get under top and come in for hard tyre and get back in the fight for that top 5. But it's Hamilton and Gasly were the place what I were in before I made that unforgettable mistake. I know it's going to be hard for me to forget. Hamilton is still behind Pierre Gasly. Slow is doing really well, holding on to that 4th place. He's pretty much in the middle of no man land. He don't know what allows him to worry about anymore. All he needs to think about is race trap, just to make sure he keeps on the track. That's pretty much what Slow needs to do, and we got more time. Has started to come in with the top 4. Gasly and Hamilton has stayed out. So it looks like they are pretty much comfortable with their tyre. Of course, their teammates are not the entertainment, so it would make sense for them to come in. Hamilton try to take that lead. We got Russell on board with Max Verstappen. He does need to make a bit push to try to get that overtime. But a big spin from Max Verstappen. Matt had made a mistake from the turn 1 and looks like all the cars going slow in the last timing. Is that safety car coming out or something? I don't know what's happening right now. It's on red flag. It's on red flag. It is a curse. It's a curse for me in Bahrain, where I've always get the unluckiness performances from it because of something always happens. It's a curse once again, but the good news is we should forget about the soft tyre, put on a hard tyre. That's fine. We should go to the end now, though we can hopefully try to get the better faster from this performance with this stop tyre at the restart. It's now getting ready to go underway with Hamilton Gasly in the front row. Hamilton, fantastic star. He's now got himself up in P1 with no problem, with very much ease into it, as I stand it down on the inside, overtaken. God knows how many cars I've overtook, and now try to get myself low of Nico Holton, but I've been made little contact as I fought him, squeezing him. He obviously tried to retaliate back at me as I'm on the inside line. I'm going to stand it again of Joe Russell and get myself ahead of Joe. I've now got Lance Slow in front of me. In lap 1, I was not that close to Lance Slow, now I am. So there's a chance we can try to get on win as I send it. Double move on Slow and Charles Leclerc on the inside. Got myself behind. Now another in P10. That is fantastic move, and we made a little contact with Lando and make the judge of the braking, but luckily no fun wind damage, which is something very grateful for. I let Lando by. I don't know what I done was not right, so I let Lando by, and I send it again on Lando. Another up to P9 to chase down the leaderboard. Of course, look at the top of the leaderboard. Hamilton 2 seconds already ahead of Carlos Sainz, who totally P2 to all the car now ahead of me, has taken advantage of all the situations that has been happening on that flat. They now came in for a hard tire. They don't need to worry about losing too much places. They already made up for it. While all the car behind them has already came in, so they are in a very strong position. You see, they can finish in point. Carlos is battling with Pierre Gasly. Unfortunately, did not have the best pace to try to challenge Gasly, as Gasly has gone ahead and taken that second place. Carlos is taking P3. Don't forget where Alpine is in the performance car, right in the bottom. I died. Gone for the move on fast sheet on the inside. Feeling really confident with a hard tire, that I had that in practice about having a hard tire is so much better, feel more nicer, and it shows it like that. It absolutely shows it in lap 15. Sergio Perez it now makes it a move on Carlos side on the inside line. He don't try to get that out on that podium. They not had that at all. So Carlos side, Matt has spun again, and live timing. Matt Verstappen has spun again. Sergio Perez and continue fighting, but look like nothing going to happen. So there'll be no safety car or a red flag again. So then they continue on. Matt is plummet down lap. What the fortune weekend for Matt Verstappen as I went from the inside line and turn 1 overtaking Ocon. It's pretty much going to be like this. That is me all the way to the end, and I tried to find my way though, get the move done and try to catch up. Lewis Hamilton really done want to win for sure, and I obviously got really good pace. You can see it really cleanly. I was P18 and now up to P6. Performance right there. We are now going to in lap 19. We are making move on Kevin Magnussen, tried to pour a dummy on him. He's in the 4 for it. I obviously went out the other side, because I obviously got the better pace than the hat. I know he tried to force me to take the harder way, along the way though, but it did a payoff for the hat, and Kevin Magnussen tried to do the inside line, couldn't get it done. Now choked it down. Sergio Perez, we got a big chance for that P. Wait, at Sergio Perez and Carlos are now side by side. There's going to be fight going on as Perez had made the contact with my front tyre. No damage band door. So that obviously really took from me, because I don't want to be dealing with damage all the way to the end. As I now try to sneak my way through a Sergio Perez as I pull behind him. So I try to get that stick slip. I don't went down the outside inside. Got my way through. What a beautiful overtake. What a beautiful overtake. You can't tell me that was a bad overtake. Now I can chase down Carlos side. He looks like he shouldn't let me by. Down to Carlos side. Now I can chase down Pierre Gasly. But unfortunately, Gasly is quite far away from me. About roughly 6 seconds ahead. So I need to push really hard and chase out Gasly. Hamilton lap 24 is leading with a massive breathing room from the car behind. No problem for Hamilton. He's definitely doing a fantastic job. Gasly second place. He's going slow. Pierre Gasly going slow. He's going off the track. Yeah, there's a chance for this second place. We can now go ahead and take that P2 Now there's a fight for that final spot at the podium today. No chance. Carlos can catch up to me. Galatini. Carlos now we need to hold on for that P and get the Alpine on the podium. Is that going to be the case for Carlos we've done to lap 26? We can see Lando Norris lurching about as they done for the inside line of Sergio Pella. He didn't try to get the best exit possible, but of course Pella done really slow, which is something he looks like he break out of blue. Lando gone ahead up the P4. Carlos tries to sneak it right low. Of course, elbow out, telling him to stay behind and stay calm. The position is mine. You can keep the P3. I could not tell left. It's my attempt to try to tap Hamilton. But Hamilton, 15 seconds. 15 seconds. It's absolutely dominant show. From Lewis Hamilton, 16.4 seconds. Lando Norris is fighting his former teammate at the joint the outside of Carlos Charles Leclerc, who already overtaken Pella. He could be the next one to overtake Carlos, making 2 overtakes for Carlos. Lando Norris still side by side. Looks like he doesn't really have the back pace. 3 right now. Charles Leclerc on the inside. He's going for the inside line. He got the lead done. Carlos 4 back to P5. Lando Norris has pulled back to P4 with Charles Leclerc up to P3. Charles Leclerc, all you need to do is just hold on that P3. I'm more scared of Lando Norris, even though Charles is the world champion. Lando was the fastest man out on the track in that season. There is no doubt what Lando Norris can do, but it's long point. He definitely could be the man that can catch up to me and get the move done and beat me to it. Hamilton is now begin his final lap. As you can see, Finn the Panda, he's fallen out of the order. He got the end up, so it looks like got the same problem as Jackley has gotten. Max Verstappen is 26 seconds behind, specifically to Bam and Lean Adar. You can see, pulled on to the right, trying to avoid slipstream. Charles Leclerc got really close. He made a mistake for getting too close. He slowed himself too much. I got myself down the outside, defending the position in turn 1, preventing Charles Leclerc trying to get the move on the P2. I'm going to do everything in my power to hold him behind, as I forced him to out the outside, me on the inside, so I know I have the leverage. Be able to try to force him not to do something that I wouldn't want him to do. Leclerc stay behind, Bandor for that. Lando Norris to get the chance to bring the fight. It's the last opportunity to put the other down at for turn 11. There's a chance Charles Leclerc can get to me, but more of a chance for Lando Norris to beat Charles Leclerc. Lando is closer to Charles than Charles is to me. Lando Norris needs to do everything to try to beat Charles Leclerc, but it looks like that is not going to be the case. Although I'm going to finish P2 at launch. I don't make mistakes for the next top 1 lap taller. Hamilton is now seeing the checkered flag going to top the line to win the Bahrain Grand Prix in absolutely dominant fashion. 19.5 seconds. Unbelievable drive from Lewis Hamilton, and I'm going to come home, finishing P2 from P10 down to P18 up to second place. Fantastic performance, unbelievable.
And as we've said so many times in the past, the checkered flag is out for our winner, Lewis Hamilton.
Well, all that off-season work clearly paying off here today, Crofty. A brilliant way to start the season with a solid victory. It's a real good confidence boost as well, and you feel like that's going to really propel them forward through to the next race coming up.
The Aston Martin team will be very happy with today's performance. And of course, the final results. Another display of excellent driving and excellent teamwork. And a well-deserved first-place finish.
What a season opener. It's been crazy. Hamilton win the Bahrain Grand Prix, adding on more of an iconic win. Over 106, 7, 8 times already. I finished second, with Charles Leclerc finishing third. Hamilton leading the championship for the 3rd time. Basically since 2021, I believe. And Aston Martin now leading the Construction Championship. It's unbelievable. unbelievable. I cannot believe this is how it started. I think we in a very good tree for the rest of the season, and I've beaten everybody. Getting there, already achieved 94 rated on this lap. The contract is achieved anyway, but I have to be honest, there's been some mistakes made with this long plan, so I've taught and take this lesson to learn and try to do better. Specifically, the strategy we almost messed it up, but thank God that rest for that came out and saved our butt. I'm very happy about that, but I'm going to end here, and I'll see you in Saudi Arabia. So thanks for watching, please like and just like my video, do what I appreciate it, and peace out.